Hi guys, welcome back to Fully Painted Miniatures. My name's Drogs, and we're going to be doing a solo Let's Play of Aeons End 2nd Edition, and I'm going to be going up against the Prince of Gluttons for the second. This is going to be the second attempt. I lost pretty badly on the first attempt, so we're going to give it a new try, and we're going to use two different, what are they called? Not wizards, mages. All right, so we're going to start with Mist. She's going to start with Garnet Shard, 3 crystals and a spark. Garnet Shard basically acts as a crystal, plus that you can discard it to cast a prep spell immediately from either player. She also starts with 3 crystals and 2 sparks, and her special ability is going to allow either ally to draw 4 additional cards into their hand, which is pretty cool. It sets up some power turns. She's going to start with the first breach open, the second breach at 3 cost, the third at 7, and the fourth at 10. And then the second character, we're taking Kadir, the breach mage Delver. She has an emerald shard, which also acts as a crystal, or any player can gain 1 life. So it's a very limited heal. Also starts 3 crystals and a spark. Her second hand is going to be 3 crystals and 2 sparks. And her special ability allows any player to return 3 spells from their discard pile to their hand. That player may prep up to 2 spells to each open breach that turn. So they could have up to 8 spells prepped. So basically, I was not able to do very much damage to him last time. So I picked these two to kind of just get more spells in my hands, get more cards in my hand, and try to just do some damage to him quicker, because this guy you got to take down fast is going to be my strategy for this game. Yeah, I think that's about it. So if you didn't watch the first one, the way this guy works, he basically eats items from your store, creates what's called a devour pile. Every time he unleashes, he devours 3 cards from the store. And if he devours on an area where there's supposed to be a card, but there isn't, he does damage directly to Gravehold. So that's how he got me. He just destroyed Gravehold. I don't even think I made it just barely to his tier 3 cards. I think it went 1 round and then I was dead. So the focus this time is going to be on doing some more damage. So as always, I use randomizer cards. I'm not going on, if you want to do perfect strategies against these guys, I'm sure people have already written guides and you can look all that stuff up online. So that's not super interesting to me to just pick out the best possible way to do it. I want to do it with a little bit of luck involved. We'll see. And once I defeat this guy, I'm going to go back through the main box, but playing them on the increased difficulty levels. So we'll see how that works with the randomizers. But we're going to start with our gems. We get Sifter's Pearl. I don't even know what that is. 3 cost, 2 power. Well, I'll go through them all once I pull them all out. I've never even seen that card before. Searing Ruby. Haven't seen that one in a while either. And Clouded Sapphire again. Okay, not bad. And for relics, we're going to get Bottled Vortex and Flexing Dagger. So definitely much cheaper cards than what I was getting in the last one. Do you guys need to go outside? Yeah? All right, let me just draw these real quick. Quick cut. All right, we're getting Darkfire again. Ignite again. Arcane Nexus, that's new. I haven't seen that one yet. And Feral Lightning, I love that card. Whoop. Sorry about that. I spun the entire camera and the whole stand. Caught it though. All right, I'm gonna let my dogs outside and I'll be right back. You good? All right, sorry about that. So let's get these cards ready, huh? So Sifter's Pearl is our first card. I've never seen this one before. It's 3 cost, 2 power. Each player reveals the top card of their deck and either discards it or returns it to the top of their deck. To those that have stepped through the breach, this pearl shows the splinter of time itself. So that sounds useful. Sounds pretty good. Then we get Searing Ruby. 4 cost, 2 power. Gain additional power that can only use to gain a spell. Some use these to heat and light their hovels against the dark of the cave. Others know that within these gems lies a fire that can be tamed. I gotta say, I do like the cost distribution of having a 3 cost, a 4 cost, and a 6 cost gem. Last time I had a 4, 5, and 6, and that was a little tough. And then Clouded Sapphire, one of my favorites. 6 cost, gain 3 power. If this is the first time you've played Clouded Sapphire this turn, an ally gains 1 charge. They say if you look closely, the shadow of the world that was is imprisoned within. All right. And then Flexing Dagger. The next time you focus or open a breach this turn, it costs 3 less power, or destroy this, deal 1 damage. It's a 2 cost. Forged from unstable void ore, the blade shifts with the will of its wielders. I don't know if... Oh, and Bottled Vortex. So definitely going to give me some card control, which is nice. Between that Sifter's Pearl and the Bottled Vortex. 3 costs, destroy this. Destroy up to 2 cards in your hand or discard pile, and then draw a card. There are worlds within worlds, infinite realms cascading down from the yawning nothing. All right. And then Ignite would be first. This is a 4 cost spell. Does 2 damage. Any ally gains 1 charge. We are but flickering flame against unimaginable dark. And then Feral Lightning, I guess. This spell may be prepped to a closed breach without focusing it. Cast, deal 3 damage. All things can be tamed. I love Feral Lightning. I typically, when I get that, I will give all of them to one character and not the other. And that allows me to basically just ignore opening breaches for one of my mages. If they have 5 Feral Lightnings, for example. I also have Dark Fire. It's a little less useful in this one. Yeah. Because these can both be destroyed once they run out of uses. But it's a 5 cost. Discard up to 2 cards in your hand. Deal 3 damage for each card discarded this way. Zaxxas always says to come back to light, we must first visit the shadow. So that's probably going to be one I want to sacrifice to Devours. And lastly, Arcane Nexus. I haven't seen... This is brand new to me too. 7 cost. Arcane Nexus, while prepped, once per turn during your main phase, you may return a gem you played this turn to your hand. Huh. Once per turn during your main phase. Allows you to double cast a gem while it's prepped. And if you cast it, it does 4 damage. Wow, that's really, really, really good. The taint of ether clings to everything in Gravehold, and we that survive near extinction reek with it too. So that's probably the most powerful spell in the game, I'm thinking. At least that comes in the starter set. That's really, really good. So I'm just gonna, you probably can't see it on the camera, but I'm just gathering up the randomizer cards that I had off to the side. Just clearing off my table a little bit. And putting the spell cards and relic and all that back. Gems. Okay. There we go. A little bit more organized. All right. So, to start with the setup for the Prince of Gluttons, he takes one of each of the gem supply pile, face down, or face up, sorry, in the most expensive first. So the pearl is going to be on top. All right, and let's draw first card. It's going to be one that's missed. So she is going to prep Spark, and then she's going to use 4 power, and I'll buy Ignite. Why not? All right. Our next turn, 3 powers, 2 sparks. But Kadir is going to go first. She's going to prep a spark, and she also has 4 power. She's going to buy a ruby. More traditional start. And then her next hand, 3 crystals, 2 sparks. Oh, sorry. And she's going to go first. First, we're going to cast a spark, doing 1 damage to the Prince of Gluttony. So if you watched my first video, 1 damage was all he had for like the first 7-8 rounds. Then I'm going to use the 3 crystals to open second breach, and I'm going to prep 2 sparks. And her next turn, she's going to have 3 crystals, a single ruby, and emerald shard. Miss is going to go next. She's going to cast her spark, bring him down to 68. And then she's going to do the same thing. She's going to use 3 crystals to open her second closed breach and prep 2 sparks. Nemesis is going to end up going twice now. So first time, Unleash. Any player suffers 3 damage and draws a card. I gotta give her her hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 crystals, garnet shard, and ignite. So first Unleash devours 3 cards from the least expensive supply pile, which is actually Flexing Dagger. 2, 3. And then any player suffers 3 damage. I'll have Kadir take that. So she will be down to 7. And she also gets to draw a card, which she draws an additional spark. Then Nemesis is going to go again. Gorge. Devour 2 cards from the second most expensive gem supply pile. Any player suffers 2 damage. Almost the same card. So second most expensive is the Clouded Sapphire. So 2 of those. And then any player suffers 2. I'm going to have Miss take that. Bring her down to 8. So even still, first turn, like, wow. Just eating up my cards. Going right through them. Makes me feel like I can't catch up, you know? But we'll see how it goes. Nemesis. Banesire. Okay. So if you watched the previous video, he's basically what lost me the previous game. You know, the Banesire Unleashed came out early, and the way the turn order deck came out, I wasn't able to get rid of him until he had activated like 5 times and kept unleashing and taking all my cards. All right. 1. Okay. Missed. She's going to cast both Sparks to damage the Banesire, bringing him down from 6 to 4 life. So I'm going to prep and ignite. And has 4 power, with which to buy a certain ruby. Next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. Three crystals, 2 sparks. But Kadir is going to go next. She also has 2 sparks. She's going to cast both of those, bringing the Banesire down to 2 life. She's then going to prep a spark. And she has, let's see, 5 power, 6 towards a spell, or 7 power. Depends if I want to use this for life or not. Or 6. 7 towards a spell. Which I... Oh. Which is that, 5? So I can get the Clouded Sapphire, or I can get a... Yeah, I'll get a Feral Lightning. It's fine. And a heal. I'll heal her 1 point. That's how we'll do that. 2, 3. There's absolutely no reason to not just buy all the Feral Lightnings immediately as soon as possible. Alright, so Nemesis next, unfortunately. He's going to unleash. Devours 3 cards from the least expensive pile. It's going to be your Flexing Dagger, so he's going to destroy 2 of those. There should have been a 3rd card. There isn't, so he does 2 damage to Gravehold. Then draw a card. Thoughtbiter. These guys are cool. These are the monsters from the Langoliers movie, the Stephen King movie. Thoughtbiter persistent. Any player suffers 2 damage, or devour 2 relics from the least expensive relic supply pile. All right. Mist goes first. She's going to cast Ignite, killing the Banesire. Thank you. Get rid of him. That also grants a charge to Kadir. She is then going to prep 2 sparks. And she has 3 power remaining. Huh, that's a tough choice. Do I want a Flexing Dagger, Sifter's Pearl, or Bottled Vortex? Get the Pearl. I don't really have much of an economy going yet. Her next turn, Spark, Ruby, Garnet Shard, 2 crystals. Kadir goes first. Cast Spark, dealing 1 damage to the Thoughtbiter. And then she has 2 sparks and 3 crystals. She will also buy a Sifter's Pearl. Well, I can. He's going to eat those pretty soon. I won't have access to them. She gets Feral Lightning on her next turn, which is awesome. All right. So that's the second round. Definitely better, or yeah, second round. Definitely better than the first game. Not in love with it, but you know, I got some, both of them have 2 breaches open. Got Sparks. She's got Feral Lightning now, so at least I got some sort of offense going. All right, I'm gonna start with Mist. 2 sparks. Doing 2 damage to the biter. All right. And she's going to prep Spark. And then this gives her 3 power, 5 power, 6 towards a spell. So with 5 power, by Feral Lightning, honestly. Or you know what? No, I'll leave that. I'm going to buy 2 Flexing Daggers off the top there. So she's going to open her breeches. She isn't. That's how that's going to work. All right. And her next hand. 3 crystals, Sifter's Pearl, and Ignite. And Miss Kadir is going to go. 2 sparks. Bring Thoughtbuyer down to 1. She's then going to prep a Feral Lightning. And she has 5 power, 6 towards a spell by Feral Lightning. 4. Our next turn, Emerald Shard, Spark, Sifter's Pearl, 2 crystals. And Mist is going to go. Nice. Cast that Spark, kill that Thoughtbiter. So it never got to activate. That is awesome. Super excited. Prep the Ignite. Sifter's Pearl. Each player reveals the top card of their deck and either discards it or returns it to their deck. Yeah, I'm going to discard those. And also 5 power. Huh. Serum Ruby. Okay. Serum Ruby, 2 Flexing Daggers, 2 Sparks. Nemesis goes. Eye of Nothing, power. To discard, spend 6 power. Power 2, unleashes twice. Okay. Nemesis goes again. First, remove power token. And second, lobotomize. Any player suffers 3 damage, or devour 3 spells from any spell supply pile. I'm gonna let it devour the Dark Fates. It's fine. I'm not gonna buy those anyway. Then Kadir. She's gonna cast her Feral Lightning, dealing 3 damage, bringing Gluttony down to 65. So then I'm gonna prep a Spark, and she has 5 power or 4 with an additional life point, and we also get to reveal cards and decide if I want to discard them or not. I'm gonna, yeah, fine. And I'm gonna spend 4 by Searing Ruby, and then gain 1 life for Kadir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Our next turn for a Lightning Spark, 3 crystals. So, again, not bad. Gravehold's got 28 life. Both my players have 9 and 8 life. Not bad. And, you know, he hasn't done too much to me. I still have most of my store open. Everything except the Flexing Daggers, which I have 2 of. And I got some spells. 2 Feral Lightnings for her. Mist has an ignite. I think that's it. But I'm working on it. All right. Kadir's going to go first. I'm going to cast that Spark for 1 damage. So I'm going to prep Feral Lightning, Spark. And then with her 3 remaining power, buy a Bottled Vortex. And then her next hand, she's going to have 2 Searing Rubies, a Spark, a Feral Lightning, and a Crystal. Not bad. Nemesis goes first. He's going to unleash twice. That's unfortunate. So he's going to eat. Alright, so he's going to eat 3 Sifter's Pearls. And then I'm going to have him eat 3 Bottled Vortexes. Since I get to pick. That's how I'm playing it. Oh, and then he draws a card. Mind Guzzler. Set this minion's life equal to 2 plus the number of empty supply piles. So that's going to make it 9. Not horrible. Okay. Kadir goes. She's going to cast Feral Lightning and Spark for a total of 4 damage. And do that all to the Mind Guzzler. So then I'm going to prep Spark and Feral Lightning again. And that has 5 power, 7 towards a spell. So we're going to be taking Arcane Nexus. One. Okay. Ignite is going to... Miss is going to cast Ignite, doing 2 damage to the Mind Guzzler. Bringing him down to 3. And granting Kadir a charge. She's then going to prep both Ignites. She's going to cast Flexing Dagger twice. Which is going to rotate that. And Searing Ruby. So Searing Ruby has 2 power, 3 towards the spell. Can't really do anything with that, so I'm going to gain a charge. And on her next turn, she's going to have 3 crystals, Searing Ruby, and a Spark. And it is her turn. I'm going to cast both Sparks, doing 2 damage to the Mind Guzzler. And prep a Spark. And then her crystals and Searing Ruby are worth 5, 6 towards a spell. So I'm going to take another Ignite and another charge. Going to have 3 crystals, Garnet Shard, and Sifter's Pearl. Nemesis. First, the Mind Guzzler is going to unleash, so it's going to devour 3 cards from Sifter's Pearl. So it's going to devour that and then do 4 damage to Gravehold, bring me down to 24. Not great, but you know what? I was doing so much worse last time. And unleash twice. Any player suffers 2 damage. Okay, that means it's going to eat Ball of Vortex and do another 4 damage. And then whatever is the next lowest card. So that is either Ignite or Searing Ruby. I guess I'll let it eat the Ignite. All right, no, I don't want to do that. Searing Ruby. I'm pretty much done buying gems. 18. Okay. Oh, and any player suffers 2 damage. So Kadir will take 2 damage. So that last little bit hurt me. If I'd only gotten rid of, well, I mean, yeah. 3 unleashes like that. What are you going to do? Okay. Kadir, yay. Spark is going to kill the Mind Guzzler. Get rid of him. Take him off the board. Okay. Feral Lightning. Going to hit the Prince of Gluttony, bringing him down to 61. So I'm definitely being a little bit more offensive in this game. Spark. Whether that works out or not remains to be seen. So this is worth 5 power, 4 if I want to gain a life. So I will do the 4, gain a life, and I'll actually take a ruby. Gain the life point, and then they both get to reveal and decide if they want to discard. No, I'm keeping both of those. 2, 3, 4, 5. I got this tiny little lip right here on the edge of my table. You can't see it, but here, let me rotate. Yeah, right there. And it makes it hard to pick up cards. They get stuck. So Feral Lightning, 3 crystals, and a ball of Vortex, which works out pretty good. Yeah. Who's going next? Nemesis. Nothing on the board. Seraphage. Persistent. Devour cards equal to this minion's life from 1 supply pile. Then this minion suffers 2 damage. So I got him last time, and then he activated immediately after with 7 life, which was not fun. In addition to all those other unleashes. 1. So at least this time I get to do at least 1 damage to him. We're going to Spark. 1 damage. Alright, what else does Mist have? Nothing to prep. That's 5, 6 power. Plus 2 reveals. We'll discard that Spark. And 6 power. So with 6 power, yeah, I haven't bought any yet, so I'll buy 1 Clouded Sapphire. I feel a little bad getting gems this late, but I'm a little bit struggling with my economy. I haven't been able to even buy the Feral Lightnings very often. So, next turn, 2 Flexing Daggers, Ignite, Spark, Searing Ruby. Ah, damn. Nemesis goes first. Devour cards equal to this minion's life from 1 supply pile. So 6 cards. Ugh, there's only 2 there. 3, 4. I could get, but I don't want to give them all the Arcane Nexuses. Those are awesome. Those are my best cards. I'll give them the Ignites. Oh no. Give him the Cloud Sapphires. It's fine. 3. So, because of that, he's going to do an additional 6 damage to Greyfold, bringing me down to 12. But, good news is, Seraphage takes 2 damage from using that attack. So, won't be as deadly next time. But, still draws a card. Venomite. Ugh, 9. Not getting quite as many creatures as last time, but still. The player with the lowest life will suffer 2 damage, or any player discards a prep spell that costs 3 or more. Okay. Mist's turn. Prep that Spark, and Ignite, and then 2 Flexing Daggers with a Searing Ruby, 2 power. So 1 will open that breach. I'll destroy this one to do 1 damage to the Seraphage. And then the 2 power will buy me a focus token. The door's open, guys. You can go outside. It's okay. So miss next turn. 2 crystals, Searing Ruby, Ignite, and Spark. So I'm not loving, and then we get Kadir. She's going to cast her Spark, 1 damage to Seraphage, bring it down to 2. She's going to prep for a Lightning. She's going to use Bottled Vortex, destroy that, destroy 2 crystals, which also allows her to draw a card, giving me Arcane Nexus, which I will prep. While prep once per turn during your main phase, you may return a gem you played this turn into your hand. Okay. Well, the way I'm gonna play that is I'm gonna use this crystal to generate 1 power. I'm gonna bring it back to my hand using Arcane Nexus's power, and use it again, and that's gonna generate 2 power total for an additional charge. And her next turn, Feral Lightning, Spark, 2 rubies, and a crystal. So, they're both still a decent life. Those monsters aren't unbeatable. There's some good spells starting to come out. Starting to get some charge tokens. They both have 3. So I don't feel horrible about this game. But he's still at 61 life. Greyfold's already down to 12. Let's see how this plays. Okay. Cast the Ignite. It's going to destroy the Seraphage. And that gives Kadir a charge. Spark. Oh, I didn't realize that was +1. Whatever. Spark. It's going to do 1 to the Venomite. And then I'm going to prep another Ignite and another Spark. And I then have 5 power, 6 towards a spell. I really wish I could grab that Nexus. Grab another Ignite. I like those giving her charges. Alright, next turn, Cloud Sapphire, 3 crystals, and a Spark. Nemesis goes first. So the player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage. Or player may discard a card. They both have 8. I'm just going to take the 2 damage. I don't think that's necessarily that big of a deal. And Needle Maw. Another creature. 11. Gravehold suffers 2 damage per turn. 11 life. So I do need to do some damage. Start getting rid of those things. Oh, and Nemesis goes again. Alright. So this time Mist is going to take 2 damage. I still don't want to discard my spells. And Greyfold's going to take 2 damage, bringing me down to 10. And the Nemesis draws a card. Power 1. Gravehold, Pulverizing Ray. Gravehold suffers 18 damage, and players may collectively discard up to 6 gems for each gem discarded this way. Prevent 3 of that damage. I think you have to do it when it activates, though. Which won't be till the next round. So, Kadir's going to go first. These are worth 7 damage. And what do we got? 8 and 11. Yeah. So we will do both of those to the Venomite. Bring him down to 1. Then she will prep Feral Lightning and a Spark. And she has 2 rubies and a crystal, which is worth 5, 7 for a spell. So another Arcane Nexus for her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn, Emerald Shard, String Ruby, Citrus Pearl, and 2 crystals. And it's Mist's turn. She's going to cast that Spark to destroy the Venomite. And then cast the Ignite to do 3 damage, plus 1 from the Open Breach, to the Needlemaw. So that brings him down to 8. And grants Kadir charge. Interesting. I'm going to use Otherworldly Gate. You can activate it during either player's main phase. It's going to cost her all 5 charges. It's going to allow me to return 3 cards from my 3 spell cards from discard pile to my main hand. So I'm pulling out 3 Ignites. I may then prep up to 2 spells to each Open Breach. So 2 Ignites, Ignite, and a Spark. She also is then going to use her crystals with her Clouded Sapphire. That's worth 6 power. And it also grants Kadir a charge. And with the 6 power, I'll buy Feral Lightning, I guess. Yeah. Next turn. Crystal, Citrus Pearl, Garnet Shard, Flexing Dagger, Sand. That's enough, Raina. Everything's fine. 2, Kadir. So Kadir is going to cast Feral Lightning and a Spark for 4 damage. Bring him from 8 to 4. And then she has... Oh, these are all gems. So that's 2, 4, 5, 7. Or 6 if I want to gain 1 life. Oh, no. It's 7 for a spell, and I can gain 1 life. 4, 5, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Gain a life by Arcane Nexus. And Sifter's Pearl lets me discard cards. So she's going to discard. Well, they're both going to discard their Sparks. Next turn, 2 Arcane Nexuses and a Feral Lightning. That's awesome. All right. So, not bad. I like the ability use there. Was really good. She's only 2 away from her ability as well. So she's going to have a good power turn. She's going to have a good prep for a power turn coming up. That said, I got to stop that. I have 4, 5. I have 5 out of the 6 crystals if he goes first. So it's really, turn order is going to be so critical. All right. Kadir goes first. She's going to prep 2 Arcane Nexuses and a Feral Lightning. Also has a Spark, huh? So then I'm going to cast this, the crystal for 1 power, bring it back, grant myself another power point to get a charge. And then the Spark, I just have to hold on to, I think. I don't think I can do anything with that. So I only get to draw 4. Which is another Spark, 2 Serum Rubies, and a Crystal. And gets to go again. Okay. So that is worth 11. Oh, each of these is worth 4. So 4 to the Needlemaw, destroying it. And then another 7. 2. Prince of Gluttony. What was that? 654. All right. That makes me feel better. Actually doing some decent damage. Then I will prep 2 sparks. And she has 5 power, 7 for a spell. Get another Arcane Nexus. Man, those rubies really coming through for me. All right, Arcane Nexus, Feral Lightning. Searing Ruby, Spark, Sifter's Pearl. Nemesis. So here we go. Gravehold is going to... this power is going to activate. Gravehold suffers up to 18 damage. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 gems. I'm gonna discard all of them between the 2 players, and that prevents all of that damage. Then we're gonna bring Awaken. Unleash twice, and Gravehold suffers 3 damage. That's not good. Or place the most recently discarded minion in the Nemesis card pile back into play. So that is the Needlemaw. He's coming back. He's not the most dangerous of those minions by any means. So that worked out. All right. And Mist is going to go. Flexing Dagger is effectively useless at this point. I'm going to destroy it to do 1 damage to the Needlemaw. Yes. I'm going to cast these 2 Ignites. Which each do 3 damage. So that's 6, 8, 9. Yeah, all to the Needlemaw. Bring him down to 1. This also grants 3 charges to Kadir. I think I'm going to use the ability again. Yeah, I'm going to use her ability again. I'm going to pull 3 Ignites out. Put 2 on the +1 and 1 there. Yeah. Because then I'll get another 3 charges next turn with that. So it allows me to keep recharging. It's only 8 damage, but still, it's an extra 8 damage I wasn't going to get otherwise. It's a good combination. Feral Lightning, Spark, 2 crystals, Spark, Ruby. And she gets to go again. So I'm going to cast the first Ignite, this 2 damage one, to destroy the Needlemaw. And that gets you 1 charge. And then I will cast these 2, doing 6 damage to the Prince of Gluttony, bringing him to 48 and granting an additional 2 charges. It's not bad. Feral Lightning and Spark. And then I have 4 power, 5 towards a spell. So I will buy the Feral Lightning. 4. I'm feeling pretty good. This is, it's really going to come down to the turn order deck, I think. 3 crystals, Clouded Sapphire, and a Spark. Nemesis. There's nothing on the board. God Feeders. Persistent. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Devour gem from the most expensive gem supply pile. Eight life. All right. So what do you think? Think I'm doing good, think I'm winning, think I'm losing. I feel like it's pretty 50-50. Around this time last game, I thought I had like about maybe a 20% chance of winning. This one I feel pretty 50-50 on. That worries me. If you get some good Devours, and really it depends what those tier 3 cards are, because I really don't know. I think I'm about to find out. Well, I definitely have plenty of firepower. All right, Kadir. 2 sparks, doing 2 damage to that bottom feeder. So then I'm going to prep Spark, Arcane Nexus, and Feral Lightning. And that ends her turn. I have fewer cards this turn because I canceled out that 18 damage attack. Next turn, Arcane Nexus, 4 power. Alright, Nemesis. So Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Devour a gem from the most expensive gem supply pile. I think that just gets ignored. Because he never starts to devour on an empty supply pile. Or it does 6 damage. Or 2 damage. Yeah, it says he never starts to devour on an empty supply pile. Yeah. Can't eat something that isn't there. So. Alright. Oh, sorry. I need to draw a card too. To discard, spend 7 power. Doom Aegis. Power 1. The player with the most charges suffers 4 damage and loses all of their charges. It's not the end of the world. If I have 7 power, though, I'll probably cancel it. Okay. So we're going to go with Mist. And these are worth 5. The Feral Lightning and the Spark are worth 5 damage to the God Feeders, bringing them down to 1. So then I'm going to prep a Spark. And she has 6 power. 1 short. But it also gains Kadir a charge. And with that 6 power, I'll buy the last Feral Lightning. I forgot about your charges. Oh well. Nemesis God Feeder does 3 damage to Gravehold, bringing me down to 4. Devour a gem from most expensive supply pile doesn't exist. Activates Doom Aegis. Player with the most charges suffers 4 damage. That's Kadir. Brings her down to 3. And loses all of their charges. That sucks. And then they draw a card. Oof. Not looking good. Memory Eater. I've never seen this one. 16 life. Persistent. The player with the lowest life suffers damage equal to the number of empty supply piles, which would be 3 damage. Meaning he will kill Kadir on his next activation. Sometimes I think it is a blessing to have forgotten so much of the past. So that is a nasty little critter. I don't know how this is going to work. All right. First we're going with Mist. She's going to cast Spark. She's going to kill this God Feeder thing. Get that out of there. Okay. Just going to prep her Spark up here. And then these are worth 1, 3, 5, 6, 7 towards the spell. No, that's okay. I'm gonna I'm going to use all three of those. I finally could buy that Arcane Nexus. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to use all three on, or all 7 points on charges. Spend 2 there, and then activate the ability, and then buy another charge. But I'm going to activate it on Kadir, so that she draws 1, 2, 3, 4 for her next hand. Right, and she has 3 Ignites, Feral Lightning, and Searing Ruby. Next turn. And Kadir's going to go. Spark, Arcane Nexus, Feral Lightning is worth 7, 8 damage. Leaving him with 8 life. Prep Feral Lightning, 2 Arcane Nexuses. Use 3 crystals to focus that breach and prep a 3rd Arcane Nexus. And then I'm going to use this to gain 1 life and 2 to gain charge. Pretty awesome turn right there, huh? That's what's nice about having all those extra cards. So that's prepped up for 15 damage. Kadir's going to be able to dish out on her next activation. Come on, turn order. Yeah, her first. Sweet. So we're going to cast these 2 Arcane Nexuses to do 8 damage to the Memory Eater. And then Feral Lightning and the Arcane Nexus to do 7 damage to Prince of Gluttony, bring him down to 41. Oh, I forgot to draw our hand. And what does she got? A Spark to prep, and then Sifter's Pearl, 2 rubies, and a crystal. So that's worth 7. I will buy an Arcane Nexus using 3, 3, 1. And then Sifter's Pearl will gain a charge and allow them to look and discard, which I will do for both. So here's the only thing. I'm down to 4 cards left in my store. So if he unleashes twice, I lose the game. Which I didn't realize I was that low on my store. Yeah, so definitely when you go up against Prince of Gluttony, it's pretty good next hand. You're going to want to focus on your special abilities, I think. Try to find ways to, like, draw 4 cards. I think these are probably really good players because they can use cards they already have multiple times. Nemesis. Top, unleash twice, Grateful suffers 4 damage. That's game over. It's game over twice. Does 4 damage, which destroys Greyfold, and unleashes twice, which eats all the cards, which gets me game over. So that's it. That's game. Wow. Okay. I do like these heroes. I guess I wasn't aggressive enough. I didn't go for... I should have probably ignored the relics completely. And I should have gone... I should have probably waited an extra turn to start going for spells and gotten a couple more gems early. I got them later. But I really just needed to spend like the first 2 rounds getting gems exclusively, like 4 gems each, and then spells exclusively the whole entire rest of the way. and just pound them. That would probably be the way to go. Well, anyway, if you have any other tips, if you saw any mistakes, I'm sure I made a ton, that you want to point out to me, write them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if anything, hope you had fun. Yeah, thanks for coming by and watching the video, and wish me luck in round 3. All right. God bless. Bye-bye.